Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another monthly recap. Here we go, October 2021 in full review. We'll take a look at the calendar. As you guys know the layout, we'll jump into the details. We'll jump into some of those metrics that will let us know what we did well, things that we can continue working towards, things that we didn't do so well that we needed to improve upon. So we'll jump into all of it. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Of course, if you are a new viewer, consider subscribing. As you guys know, I go live every weekday morning, streaming whilst I'm trading live, doing all of this. So you can see all my green days, my red days, and everything in between, especially for trading similar styles. I can probably help you out a little bit with what you're doing. So with that being said, let's jump right into this one. Here we are, October 2021. Definitely a bit of a redemption story considering I was red last year, October, down about 3,500. So quite the opposite here this year. So you can see the month was off to the races. I started on Friday with a big green day, good size green day, solid day for me right there. $668, trading PROG. Nicely done on that day right there, not bad. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, solid days. And then Friday, I'm going to be red. 2 red days in a row. Bouncing back on Tuesday. And this is going to be the worst day of the month right here. Down 801.56 on which stock? JSPR, man. JSPR did incredible. It went, what was it, to like $60 or something? So, I ended up being that guy who was down on the stock that did the best on that particular week, and probably rivaling even DWAC in some ways, right? So that was a little disappointing. I came back the next day, ended up finishing red. I can't remember if, okay, yeah, and I did. I was green. And I ended up finishing red, which was disappointing for the 14th, right? But overall, not a bad month. We had a few red days here and there, but overall, we were able to get a little bit better as things got a little bit hotter towards the end of the month with DWAC, which is going to be on the 22nd. So you can see $1,400 here, followed by Tuesday and Wednesday, $1,000 days. So these are going to really boost up the average on the month. In fact, I believe before this point right here, before the 21st, I was either slightly red or slightly green. I think flat basically on the month. Monday, the 25th, BKKT didn't have an easy time with BKKT. Ended up finishing red despite numerous attempts to try and get green on that stock, just wasn't able to get it done. So I'm gonna have some disappointing days. JSPR, BKKT, and this day here, the Thursday, the 21st, was the first day that DWAC was gonna actually give the move. You can see I traded it very early in the day, 9:33 a.m. Made some good money, up 292. Opted to walk away at 11:30, thinking that the day was done. Came back at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and saw the thing at $52. So had I stayed longer, could I have made over $1,000, $1,500, $3,000? Very possible. In fact, it could have been likely, depending on some of the trades, I could have been able to get in. But that what if, could have, if, or could have been, that kind of a talk we don't really like to associate too much. It's either we're here, or we're not, and as we know, the stocks will go with or without us. So no FOMO there. It is what it is. It's part of the deal. So things really got crazy towards the end of the month. But we definitely had some big red days. Just between these 2 days alone, we were down $1,000. So let's jump over to the detailed section. So I'm gonna be up 3,674. An average daily gain is gonna be at 174. Average winning trade, average losing trade, not quite the 2-to-1 that I strive for. This month was not as good for me with efficiency, as we'll see later on. The big red days just definitely don't help. 49.9%. 50% accuracy will take. It's up from our our usual, which is like 48.9. We're trying to get towards 51, 52, 53, 55 is the target for now. And then, of course, 60% eventually. But this is going to take a long time as I have to continue to get better on these individual trades, on these individual days. Max consecutive wins at 7, max consecutive losses at 12. So this is definitely not a 2-to-1 or negative on this, which is definitely not good. Largest gain 290, largest loss 264. Profit factor 1.54. Average hold time winning trades 26 seconds. Average hold time losing trades 23 seconds. And my scratch trades are around 4 seconds. I want to have a 2-to-1 in everything. Can I be holding my winning trades twice as long as I do my losing trades, right? Those are the kind of things that I am looking at when I do these reviews. Cumulative drawdown, I was down 1100. This is between the $800 red day and I believe the other red day that I had following, so that wasn't super good. The drawdowns are terrible because for me to now be break even on the month, or let's say get back to all-time highs, I need to make back $1,000. So when I lose money like this, down 1100, I now need to make 1100 to just get back to flat, right? Or let's say all-time highs, right? Depending on where I'm at. But it's never a fun situation to be in. Then I lose 476 on that Monday, and having to make that back. So you can see the equity curve started off good. This could have been $1,000 that could have been added on to the curve. So if we never lost $1,000, right? We would have been up 6,000, right? Just off of this drawdown alone. So we're down 1,000, and now we have to make back 1,000 just to reach break even. The drawdowns are just not fun, man. This is why I try to avoid the big red days as much as possible, but they will happen from time to time. Just got to take the lesson and look to move forward. So we ended up at 388, not quite, and came back down. So this is where things get a little crazy with the win-loss expectation. We made $10,000 this month, $10,400, and lost $6,700. This is not good efficiency. Can we see a 2-to-1? Can we make 10,000? If we do give back 45 to 5,000, that's not bad. At least we walk away at $5,000. But the margin here is not good to the red side. Definitely something to work on this month as it comes down to efficiency. I know that the first day of the month wasn't super good. I was up 300 and ended up only 100, giving back 60% of my profit, 66% of the profits, which wasn't good. But today, a pretty good day. Yesterday, a pretty good day. Got to continue to build on that momentum and try and be consistent every day, right? Minimal red days, the least amount of red days as possible. Can I be green the entire month even, right? That's the kind of a thing I want to be striving for. Market behavior, as the SPY is down 1 or 2%, I'm seeing some gains as we're flat, 2,000, and as we're up 700. So let's see, instrument. If we look at some of the stocks, like I mentioned, JSPR should have been green, BKKT should have been green. When BKKT made that move on Monday, that's this Monday that just passed. Today, I believe, is what's today's date? Today's date is the 3rd. Monday, November 1st, I walked away early again, and BKKT went to $50. So that's another missed opportunity there, which wasn't super good. So I definitely could have been green on this stock. NRXP, GRNQ, a few of the other ones. And my biggest winners are going to come on CRTD, IINN, IRNT, PALT, Prog, and a few of the other stocks as we go down the list. PHUN was disappointing, didn't quite get to do well when we had that big move to 25. In fact, missed the entire first move up, traded it when it came down for a small bounce. If you guys watch the recap for that day, you'll see why I didn't really get to trade that one well. We had a bit of a false breakout at the open. Didn't want to take the gap and go. But relative volume, performance by instrument prior days, relative volume in terms of the 50 moving average. Relative volume is all I look for. High volume in general is what I look for. So it'll make sense that we see I'm doing well on stocks with 2, 3, 400% the volume it had the day before. Volume today versus the volume relative to what we saw yesterday. Pretty sure that's how they measured that one. So price range between 5 and 9, I'm gonna do the best. Doing 2,800, between 10 and 9, only 200, and between 2 and 5, 300. So under 2, 215. Not quite seeing much in the other ranges except for $5 to $10. Performance in trade price range. Of course, I guess, the bigger the trade is when it comes to the cents, the more money I'm making, especially some of those scalp trades where I'm in and making 50, 60 cents, you know. So performance by day of the week. Monday, man. Mondays have been struggling this entire year. I don't know what it is. We're due for a big green day on one of these Mondays, man. It's going to happen to balance things out. Tuesday's looking pretty decent. Wednesday on the lower side. Thursday as well. And Fridays where we look pretty good. Friday, I've been killing it on Fridays. Red pre-market, which I don't like, down 158. Green between 9:30 and 10. Majority of the profits. Green at 10 to 10:30, and then 11 o'clock slightly red this month, and at 3 I'm gonna see some good gains. This is power hour. At 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock all the way to power hour. I'm gonna see some gains as I was coming back in the afternoon and getting some good trades. So, let's see, win-loss versus days. So, on my 13 green days, I'm going to make $5,734, average daily gain is going to, when I see this kind of a thing, man, it just kills me on the inside to know that despite the month being so terrible, I did these kind of numbers, because the first 3 weeks of the month I was struggling really, and still ended up finishing with such a high daily average, 441 per day. That's pretty impressive. Let's see the calendar here again. So these big green days are gonna really help average things out. That the first as well. But like I mentioned, I could have done so much better this month had I been able to be a little bit more composed on those red days. If those red days could have been green days, right, it would have been crazy. It would have been a nice month overall, right? If I had a little bit more consistency, if I could have done a little bit better on those days. But the month was weird, man. We would have stocks like JSPR. There's a few more of them, BMRA, GWH, and a few other ones that will come, let's say on a random day of the week, Wednesday. But then Monday, Tuesday would be cold, Wednesday would be hot. Thursday, cold, Friday we see something. Monday, again, hot next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, cold. And then the next week, Tuesday, something is hot. So it was on and off, and I just couldn't get a good gauge of what was really going on with the momentum. I missed opportunities today because I was expecting a slow day. Tomorrow I come in hot, live and direct, and then the momentum is slow, and I end up having a red day. So it was just a tricky market, but I still feel like I could have done it better. So total gains on my 13 winning days, 5,700. Good average daily gain. Volume 27,000 shares. Average per share gain 3 cents. Total number of trades 309. Winning on 169, losing on 134 of those trades. Average winning trades is at a 2-to-1. This is what's impressive here. Just about a 2-to-1, 55 to 25, well, to 26 for the winning and losing trades. Not too bad, which is definitely good. Largest gain 290, largest loss 152. And on our red days, you can see over the 8 days, I'm down 2,000. One of those days it's an $800 red day. So even if I could avoided that day alone, would have saved me so much more money, right? Because now you lose $800, you have to now make it back to get back to the all-time high. So it's almost like being down 1,600 if you want to look at it that way. It's like just to get back where I started, I have to make 1,600, right? Because I lost 8, and now I have to make 8. So the drawdowns are terrible, right? But down 258 on average on the red day, it's just not good. And let's see, winning trades 29%, awful. Losing trades 70%, just terrible, just awful metrics for those 8 days of trading. Terrible metrics. Average winning trade $48. Average losing trade, you can see, $60. So really losing a lot of money fast on these red days, which was not good for the month. Average hold time, let's see, 45 seconds for the winning trades. Average hold time on the losing trades, 32 seconds. Just not impressive overall. Not impressive, not impressive. So, we'll see what happens in this month, as I'm looking forward to improving. Compare. I could compare, let's see. We could do last month versus this month, if it allows us to, that is. Let's see. What was last month? September. I can't remember how we did in September. Detailed. Actually, let's pull this up to September. I did $1,898. Okay, so I guess we can do the month over month, right? Let's see how we did this month versus last month. Intraday versus multi-day, long versus short. As you guys know, I don't really go short. Not that often. There's usually no shares available. Last year versus this year. Last month versus this month. Alright, let's focus up on this one for now. So this month, we're definitely going to be better than we were last month in profits. But pay attention to the percentages when it comes to accuracy, right? 56% accuracy. Average daily gain. Let's see. 10 to 11. Okay, I see what it's doing wrong. Let's reset. This month is going splendid. We don't want to look at this month. Let's do September 1st to September 30th. And then let's do November 1st, well, October 1st to October 31st. So last month we had 1,800. This month we're gonna do 3,600. Average daily gain last month $99. Average daily gain this month is gonna be at 174. Average daily volume last month at 14,000 shares. Volume is gonna be up this month at 21,000 shares. That's gonna be a 33% increase in volume, which is not bad. Average winning trade. And look at the total number of trades, by the way. 190 versus 381, right? So I think it has to do with the opportunities that we saw towards the end of the month when I got a little bit more aggressive. Accuracy last month was slightly better. I just got to continue working, man. I got to get out of this range of 50. Well, let's say 48 to like 50. Can I start to see 52, 55, 60%? Let's see, average winning trade 68, average winning trade this month 54, average losing trade 49 versus 36. So last month I lost more per trade. I was losing $50 per trade, so the profit margin wasn't as big versus this month making October month making $54 per trade and only losing 36. The hold times 34, 39, 26, and 23. Largest gain last month 438. Largest gain this month 290. Largest loss last month of September 244 versus October 264. So not too bad there in the difference, but look at the equity curve, right? This is what is so interesting. So we're both gonna start at 0, of course, and you can see the struggles of October: green, red, green, pulling back and then surging back up with those big green days. And we're gonna have $1,000 drawdowns in both months, which is of course not good. So if we merge this into one line, September I came up, I had a pullback towards the end of September, and then into October came up a little bit, went back down, and then finally got things going. But you can see two pretty good sized drawdowns of 1100 and 1100 apiece, 450 and 476. So this month now, this current month, can I not have drawdowns, right? So far, this current month is going exceptionally well. Accuracy 57%, really good. Volume up a good amount at 32,000 shares, right? So another increase in volume, another 30% increase in volume, and this is the volume. Once I continue to increase my share size, is going to continue to go higher. And tomorrow I am planning on coming in with 1,300 shares to start, looking for those good trades. So volume is definitely going to play a role. Average daily gain on the month right now is at 379. If I can average this for the entire month, let's go to the detailed section. Well, reports view. Reports view November we have, so 5, 10, 15. That's 19. No, 20, 21, 22 trading days. So if we do some quick math, 22 times 3, what was that number? 379. Where were we? Compare. Let's go back. Seems like we got reset. Times 379. I would do 8,000 on the month, right? $8,338, which would be pretty solid. Would be one of my best months so far. So I'm on pace, but we'll see. Can the momentum continue? If the momentum continues, to be honest, there is no limit on where I could do or what I could do this month, because if we do have a couple of green days once again of like $1,000, 600, it adds up quickly. But will the momentum be consistent enough over the entire month? And I think it will. I think we'll see this momentum into December, and mid to late December is where I think things might slow down. Maybe first, second week of January. So I'm looking forward to this month. I'm looking forward to doing my best. Looking forward to, of course, continuing on this good note here in October. November, right? So if we go back to details, let's clear this out. Let's go to October 21st to October 31st, right? I've made 3,500 in that 1 week alone. So it was pretty impressive, averaging about a 2-to-1 right here in the profits versus the losses, which is solid. And I had some bigger red days, a $400 red day. So I got to be careful moving forward as I increase the size as well. But just look forward to being better, right? So $500 a day over these couple of days. Let's go to reports view, and it's gonna factor in two decent sized red days, 4 plus 200, right? About $700 right there of red days, but it's been so good on the green side that the averages are super high. And so if we extend this here to November, today's the 3rd, you can see the averages is down slightly in the gains column, but the profits is increasing well. The accuracy is looking pretty decent. This is the kind of accuracy I want to be flirting with, right? 53, 54, 55, 56%. If I can do that for an entire month, an entire year, right? We're talking about some really different numbers. So that's where I'm going to end this recap overall. We are breaking over 50K, right? So far in our trading career, we have 234 green days versus 128 red days. On our green days, we've made 74,000. On our red days, we've lost about 24,000. Green days are looking good. We're looking up. We have to continue reducing this number here and increasing this one. This one might get bigger too as the share size increases, but we need to continue getting bigger green days, continue working towards that. We've crossed over $50,000 of profits officially. This is a pretty good milestone so far, right? Including the profits all the way back from May 1st when I first officially started. We're just over $50,000 in overall profits. We're looking pretty decent. So far on the year, we're at $35,622. For the people with big money who might have really good careers or might own a business who's watching on, we know this kind of a money might not be anything serious for you guys, but for somebody starting out from my humble beginnings, I think it's definitely pretty impressive. And once again, it's all being done in about 1 to 2 hours per day. So I'm trading between 10:30 a.m. to 11:30, and I'm out of here. And being able to generate this amount of profits over that amount of time is definitely not bad. So we've made $85,000 so far on the year, but we've also lost 50,000 when we look at our red days. I don't think this includes unrealized P&L and that kind of a thing. We know there's a lot more trades that we do miss from just not taking certain entries. So the ceiling is just so high to do better. We will continue working. There's a lot of things to improve upon to reduce this number or have it go up at a slower rate and have this number go up at a faster rate, right? So I'll be working. I'll be looking to continue the push. Right, the equity curve so far this year has been impressive, but the drawdowns have been getting bigger, which I really got to be careful of, right? So the good thing is that we've been up in an uptrend. If we go sideways, we're not really dipping down a lot, right? If we're having a dip, it's a small dip before going right back up, right? So that's the key. Can we go sideways in the slow periods and then capitalize on the hot market momentum? So that being said, that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. Let's continue to work. Let's continue to look forward to being better traders. Let's look forward to managing risk every single day. We can definitely do this. It's a process. It doesn't happen in one day. It takes months, years, right? So let's keep building, keep pushing. One day at a time, one trade at a time. Tomorrow is going to be another beautiful day in the market. So let's look forward to the opportunities. Let's look forward to doing well when we face adversity and those challenges. And let's look to end green. So I'm looking forward tomorrow to having another beautiful day, looking to shape up on the numbers and the metrics, looking to be efficient, looking to keep things tight. With that being said, guys, it's been a Relentless Trader. It's been a decent day. It's been a good recap. And I am, of course, signing out.